education class down, and she was like, انت عن جد هتطلعي دكتورة. I'm like, girl.
Okay. Hi, I'm starting a book. This is Circe and the Cyclops.
Beyond this rests the world's end. But a genius who has spent his life counting the paths of stars and collecting bits of storm-cast wood and weed upon the beach has a theory that another land awaits across the water. Another genius, a decade older than the first, has discovered a method for knotting reeds far stronger and more durable than any her mother's made. Commandant summons Red to a field office. Blood, as usual, is everywhere. Mostly frozen this time, which smells better.
Do not play with me.
Fit to be performative. As in drink matcha and book journal. Okay. just wrote my review of My Husband. Hi. First of all, I know this video has been a whole mess. I do want to talk about some books that I've read. Like, this is some of them. This is mostly the books I've read in August so far. But one of them I read in July, which is called Sooner or Later Everything Falls into the Sea. I don't know. Like, this one I coincidentally got from the public library. And I love this book. I literally give it like 5 stars. It's a short story collection, which is literally my niche. First of all, it's like a mix between sci-fi, which I don't usually read, and speculative fiction. A lot of the stories are like, you know, like, what if you founded a machine that lets you travel through like different universes, different timelines, to find every version of yourself and invite them to a convention. A lot of these stories are either set in like an alternate universe or in the very far future. Like, what if everything became digitalized and humans have no role anymore? Like, everything is a robot. Robots make music, which is our unfortunate reality. So I think it like hits close to home in a lot of these stories. So I really loved it. I also have been reading some Greco-Roman mythology as per usual. First, I read Circe and the Cyclops by Homer, which I did not realize was literally just an excerpt from the Odyssey. There's 2 distinct short, they're not even stories, they're just chapters, in which Odysseus kills a Cyclops, and then the second one is when he and his crew enter Circe's island, and she kind of curses them and how he gets over that. So if you like Greek mythology, read that. And the second one is a poetry collection, which is Come Closer by Sappho. She's like a very famous ancient Greek poet. I feel like I need to reread this with a lot more research. I really did enjoy it, but I think I would probably get more out of it if I do. I read a book with my book club. The theme of this month was Women in Translation, and I read My Husband, which is very interesting. It's about a woman who is hysterically obsessed with her husband, like obsessed. That was an insane ride. I wrote a whole thing about it, so maybe I'll insert it. I listened to 2 audiobooks. I've been getting into audiobooks. I listened to This Is How You Lose the Time War. I've been trying to read this book for so long, but I never got into it. I thought like it gave me so much trouble. I think the writing style is very confusing at times. First of all, this book is written in the form of letters between 2 time agents, which I'm not even sure what they do, called Red and Blue, and they are on opposing sides. One of them is called the Agency, I believe, and the other's called Garden. But they never really explain all of this, like the setting. We don't know what each of these agencies' objective is. We don't know what exactly they're fighting over in this war. So I think that made the book not hit as much for me. I would have appreciated if we went in depth into the actual war itself and not just the relationship between Red and Blue, the time agents. I think if we expanded on that, I would have liked it a lot more, but it was very interesting. Another book I listened to on audiobook is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, which I love R.F. Kuang, but I know this one specifically got a lot of criticism. I really loved it, especially on audiobook. Like, I feel like if you're going to read this book, this is probably like the ideal platform to do it, because it honestly just feels like you're listening to some kind of celebrity gossip, or you're just listening to a podcast. Like, it keeps you interested the whole time. I was so invested, and I think that she wrote the characters really, really well. Like, both Athena and June are so insufferable, and even though they're both unlikable, I still wanted to know more about them, and I still wanted to read the book, especially with June. Like, she is the most insufferable person you can think of. She's racist. She clearly stole Athena's writing. Like, she's just horrible, but she also makes you feel bad for her sometimes. She makes you feel like, she makes you sympathize with her, and then you kind of, and then she like does something racist again, and you're like, you just get a reality check, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? So I felt like that was very realistic. She's kind of, if you've read Babel, she's Letty. She's like the typical white woman who like insists that they're not racist because they have friends who are people of color, but they very much are. And the book had a lot of insight and critiques, I think, on like the publishing industry, and also like internet culture, like cancel culture. But yeah, these are all the books that I've read. I also realized that I have not shown this. Like, this is, I bought these books a while back, I think early July, but I'm now showing them. So this is a late book haul. They are thick. First of all, which I already started, Ocean Vuong's new book, which is The Emperor of Gladness. I have started this, and honestly, it's a little bit slow for me so far, and I don't feel like I'm connecting to the characters as much as I did in On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous, which is obviously different because it's kind of, it's not a memoir, but it is autobiographical. But I will update when I finish it. The other one is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norwell by Susanna Clarke, and I bought this because I read Pure Nessie by her like earlier this week. I loved it. It was one of my favorite books of this year so far. So I'm excited to read this, and it is so thick. Last is something I've been wanting to read for a really, really, really long time, which is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I haven't read anything by him yet, but I can't wait because I love classics, and I don't think I've read anything from this era of classics. So yeah, that was all. I hope you enjoyed.
Oh, she's so cute.